Okay, you can probably hear in the background.
Als Gast darf ich heute Professor Georg Winkler, der Rektor der Universität Wien, begrüßen. Willkommen, Professor Winkler.
I got quite a strong station on 40 meters, 7.380, which could be, sounds German, but it could be Russian. But let's just knock the volume down on this one. I've got the Helmsman connected up to the same station. One thing with the Helmsman as well, you've got a band spread control, which is like a fine tune. So that's the centre of the band a bit better. But it's there. Don't know if the other radios would go that far, but anyway, that's that one. See if this one will do that. Might do. Let's try the little Roberts a minute. See if that one will go down that far. It's not marked that far on the actual band, so just pop the long wire on that one. Might pick it up. It's a strong station, so that's going to be on shortwave 1. It's going to be right on the end of the scale, I would have thought, somewhere in there. No, that's not the same station, so say it's still picking up really well. Oop. Let's move that one back out of the way. So as I say, the Helmsman's certainly picking up pretty good. Obviously not as good as the Icom, but to be fair, it's a different antenna as well. And I've got an antenna tuner on the Icon. It just picks it. It puts it really where it needs to be. So.
gerade die fremden Sprachen sehr geprüft werden und schätzen die Zusammenarbeit auch sehr.
Now I've got an old World Radio and TV handbook. This used to be the really the Bible for shortwave listeners, but 2004, so a little bit out of date, that one. Anyway, I'm sure all these frequencies have changed, but 7380 could be Voice of Russia, could be TWR Europe. Voice of Biafra International, Russian, Jakarta, not sure. If anyone knows, then drop a note on the bottom. But as I say, it's now, what's the time? 18:27 our time. Sorry, looking at back. It's 1827 here, and that's 7.380 megs. Anyway, let's try on some of the other bands. Apologies for the lighting, but start with shortwave 1. Start up the far end of the band, at the lower end of the frequency. See if we get anything. That's just over 12 megahertz there. Just under 12 megahertz, I should say.
This is the Africa service of Vatican Radio.
Sure, that said Vatican Radio then.
Local church news, panorama, we now see crowd around us, news about Vatican Radio. But for now, join me with our Sunday liturgy reflection. One of the reasons why
there it's on the Icom. That's 11624 according to the Icom. 11625. Yeah, it's Vatican. Vatican Radio, that is. That's interesting. Certainly a strong signal. Cool. To be honest, that's absolutely chocked full of stations. I can pick one up.
Occupied? Very plausible. You know, we live in a universe where we can only see so far because the Big Bang was only 14 billion years ago and the speed of light is a fixed value. In the U.S., you never see these kinds of brands of coffee. Maybe in New York, I don't know, I've never been. But
but I've never spotted them in San Francisco. So any listeners over there, if you do spot them, please let me know. But I'm talking about Cafe Bene and Mon Coffee. Actually been to both of those, and they're great, but they have this very strong theme, and I want to say it's specific to maybe Korean pop culture, or just Korean culture in general, because it's a very different theme from what you would see at Starbucks and Costa, yeah.
What's the difference then from your point of view, Ryan?
I would say that, I would say it's more whimsical. When you go into like a Cafe Bene, the lights are look like a fairy tale, I don't know. It's very different from a Starbucks and a Costa, which just present that natural Western cafe with like hard wooden tables and coffee beans, and it's very, I would say, Starbucks is kind of hipster for me. They're borderline on the hipster, but these places seem to be something out of like a fairy tale. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting observation, and that's a really interesting trend that's been going on in China. And I have to say salute to the South Korean people that they are so good at creating taste, or something that's very unique, very uniquely South Korean. I love this quote from one of the industry insiders saying that what you buy in a South Korean cafe isn't coffee.
Well, I'm not sure what station that is.
Romance.
Remorse. You just make it out there with the amateur band now, we'll see. That's amateur. X-ray, I think that's Israel, but not 100% sure. So anyway, certainly that's
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا.
Well, radio's full of it. Let's try shortwave 2. That's quiet. Yeah, that's really quiet. Might be dirty tuning cap on that one. It could be. I think this has got the AF series transistors in this.
Italia.
Mailbag.
Hello and welcome to a new edition of the X Mailbag. I'm Diana Vision, happy to be with you again and ready to find out what ratings the signal of Radio Romania International has given in your regions and what's your opinion on the content of our programs. We start with a message from David Crystal of Israel, who sent us a bunch of detailed reception reports. He says his main receiver is an AOR AR-7030 with simple long low antenna. And randomly picking one of his reports, here is what he writes about the quality of reception. April 30th, 1767 kHz between 11 and 11:56 hours UTC, simple 55544. Royal Easter, World of Culture on a film festival, and Radio Romania International Encyclopedia on a monastery. Through Romanian with religious songs, the X-Mailbag, Partners in a Changing World, an interview with the Apostolic Nuncio. Thanks a lot for choosing our company, David Crystal. We are happy to discover that our signal gives good ratings in your area. All the best from Bucharest. Let me now say a big hello to Gunther Jacob of Passau, Germany, who sent us an extremely detailed reception report dated May the 1st. Gunther listens to our programs aired on that day at 11 hours UTC, reporting a 4 to 5, 5, 3 to 4, 4, 3 to 4 simple on 13,790 kHz. Apart from providing detailed information on our broadcast, he also wrote, "I'm looking forward to receiving the requested QSL card for my collection and thanking you in advance. We also send you lots of thanks for tuning in to our programs. A QSL is on its way to you, Mr. Gunther Jacob." Let me now welcome in Yokohama Mr. Fuminori Sekia of Chikushino, Fukuoka of Japan, who says he does not understand many foreign languages, but he likes to listen to radio broadcasts overseas because he loves music. He reports a 34455 simple on May the 4th, 2016 between 22 and 23 hours UTC on 97.90 kHz. Thank you for Mary Sekia for the reception report. A QSL card in our current series is on its way to you too. We continue with a message from Dmitry Kutuzov of Ryazan, Russia. He listened to us on May the 22nd between 3 and 3:56 hours UTC on 11.85 kHz and reported the 4544 simple. Program details, identification, news, talks on political issues. He writes he uses a Dejin 1103 receiver and a telescopic antenna. And he thanks Dmitry Kutuzov as usual. A QSL card has been sent to Ryazan, where we hope that you enjoy beautiful weather. Let us now acknowledge a message sent in by Mr. Jason Elworth of Dundee, Michigan, United States, who writes, "I heard you loud and clear, no problem at all. My radio can reach a total of 60 dBi, and I got your station at 20 dBi. No issues with receiving you at all. For those who take a keen interest in the X-ing, let me say that Jason uses a Grundig Atom Micro Satellite 750 receiver." We continue with a letter from Mikio Kohara of Setsu City, Osaka, Japan, who writes, "I had the pleasure of listening to your English broadcasting to the Pacific. Date of reception May the 18th, hour 5:29 to 5:57 UTC. Frequency 7760 kHz. Simple 25232 23533. Poor to fair.
Well, that's the Icom.
With radio newsreel. Some of the items included Romanian President talks about the forthcoming NATO summit, the use of diluted biocides in hospitals, the Romanian
Still, the only difference really is the signal's a bit steadier on the Icom, but still a good signal on this one.
including measures regarding agriculture, smart rural enterprises, tourism, energy, communications, and IT.
So there you are, Radio Romania International, DX News. How about that? Right, let's try shortwave 3. Yeah, really quiet shortwave 3. I'm not surprised, that's really the marine mobile bands, according to this, I don't know whether it still is. It's unlikely my antenna's going to be any good down at as low as that, to be fair. It's running down at 1.8 megahertz, that's nearly 160 meters. Anyway, there we are. That was quite interesting. Certainly performs really well, that radio. I'm pretty impressed with that one. As I say, I have used this one before, but it is awaiting restoration, this one, so its performance might push it up the queue.